attention, though, today is being turned somewhere else at this hour. Tonight, much of the developed world will wait in anticipation to see a new product made in America that's hoping to disrupt the entire auto industry. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is set to debut that. His latest creation comes out tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, the new Model X. Watch the doors and you'll see that gull wing expression that is really something people are waiting to see. Just like we are. This will be Tesla's first SUV. There go the gull wings. They almost look like spider legs. The SUV here hopes to blow past both investor and consumer expectations. Here's our question. Will this new SUV be the minivan killer for the luxury set? And will it be able to compete with other announced luxury electric vehicles once they come out, or even the recently announced electric Apple car that's years from coming out? It's time for a bull and a bear to go at it. Joining me now, longtime Tesla bull, Ross Gerber, Gerber Kawasaki CEO. And in our bear corner, he's hissing. Do bears hiss? No, they don't. John Petrides is Point View Wealth Management Managing Director. Guys, Elon Musk is looking at me. He wants me. He wants the female SUV driver. I drive one of those smaller Lexus SUVs. And yeah, I've been interested in maybe getting an electric car at some point. Will he get me to plunk down for even a partially loaded car at $100,000? I want to go first to our bull. Ross Gerber, you own the stock and you love it. What do you think?
Well, I think that it's going to happen. I think a lot of people are going to buy this car. And I think it appeals to a really broad market, including females, which I think the Model S is less attractive to. So I think, at least where I live in Santa Monica, this is the must-have car for the soccer mom or the wealthy family. And we see Model S's everywhere. We expect to see the Model X everywhere, too.
Oh, Santa Monica. They're doing well in Santa Monica, John. Right. What do you think? I mean, you are the bear here. It does have an interesting feature. And it has nothing to do with comes off an assembly line. That feature is 30,000 reservations.
Right. Well, listen,
30,000 reservations for that car on your screen.
The Model X is going to be a beautiful car. Tonight you'll see it. It's a huge wow factor. But we're not going to see this car mainstream for a long time. I mean, Tesla doesn't have their Gigafactory. It's not going to be built until 2020. At that point in time, it only has the capacity to make 500,000 cars. By that time, you'll be selling about 100 million cars worldwide. So you're talking a fraction of the entire market. So it's going to be a long time before you see the Model X or Tesla in general mainstream.
Let's talk about what's there. It goes hold on, Russ, because 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Third row seating. Already John's shaking his head, so Ross, you need to get in here. But third row seating. Why the Falcon rear doors? Because it allows people in the back to stand up and get out versus doing the pretzel thing. And if you're wearing a dress, it's annoying. And I don't know what little kids are going to be in the back wearing dresses. But 2 battery options, folding flat on the second row. Auto cruise control is a rumored issue here, Ross. What would you say to John's belief that it's not going to be, out there on every road in America?
Well, it will be, but it is a high-end car, and we have to accept that their goal with the Model X is not to be the Model 3, which is going to be the everyman's car. The Model X is a high-end car, just like the Model S. And just like Apple only sells 15% of the phones out there, and Tesla is going to sell as many cars as they make. But what matters is the fact that if they can get to 500,000 cars from the 30,000 or 40,000 today, this is a company's value that's going to grow tremendously, and they just have to make it happen, and that's the game that they play over at Tesla.
Well, the facts of it are not that this is not a revolutionary industry, that Elon Musk, who wants to be the next Nikola Tesla, that is his goal. That's his legacy in life. He wants to be remembered 150 years from now.
Oh, he is.
And the industry is embracing this. Porsche is coming out with an electric car. Apple's coming into the industry.
Yeah, but that's going to be 5 years from now. That's not soon.
What also is the facts of the case is that Tesla's stock is very expensive. It reminds me of Amazon in 1998. When Amazon came out in 1998 in the dot-com bubble, we all knew the e-commerce world was revolutionary. We all knew that we would be buying things online. And Amazon stock hit $113 in 1999. It took 10 years again before it got back to that level.
I'm not
saying that it's not a revolutionary company. I'm saying the stock is overpriced and has to grow into its earnings.
Stock. Guys, how many times have we heard analysts say get out of this stock or hold it or it's a neutral or it's an outright sell? Over the past 2 years, it's up 31%. Over 3 years, up 754%. And then you see the 5-year. The 5-year up 1,145%. So I look at that and I say, those analysts who told me not to buy it, they lost me money, Ross.
Right, Liz, and we've owned it for 3 years, and we've made that 500-600% on it, and and we're still buying it today because I think you're going to make a few $100% on it over the next 5 years. And I think if you think as an investor about the future, Tesla is the leader in what cars will be in the future. They are it. There is nobody close to them. Apple and Google are
let me
years
argue with
and
you
years
on
away.
that. Let me argue with you on that. The Porsche Mission E. This is a concept car, but they say they can get this thing from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye. Ross, if you had, John, if you had your choice, would you buy that Mission E right there on your screen? Or would you buy the SUV Tesla? I mean, Tesla has a proven track record with an assembly line and the Gigafactory on the way.
Well, two different needs, right? I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, so I would go with the Model X for that purpose, assuming I had the cash to buy it. And let's not, Ross, your point is that there's no competitor even close yet. We don't know where Apple's intentions are. Apple clearly has the cash flow to go out and get into this industry, but is Apple going to plunk down billions of dollars to making their own car? We don't know that yet. What happens if Apple pairs up with Ford or GM or Toyota or someone else in the market?
Those companies are so behind the ball.
Okay, but
they're so behind. I mean,
but they have
these
an assembly
are not
line.
Forward-thinking companies.
Exactly, and in the end, you've got
it's
Aston
more complicated
Martin,
than that.
There's Audi, there's Mercedes. These are all companies that have announced that they are very interested in coming out all electric.
I've owned all these cars. I've owned all these cars. I've owned Aston Martins, Porsches, all these cars. And I can tell you one thing. Number one, the Porsche is years away from coming on. And the Porsche is beautiful, but it's years away, and they're not close. And now the president of Porsche is now running Volkswagen, and who knows what's going to happen with this company. I don't think any competitor is close.
Okay, last word to our bear.
Yeah, I would say that's what's being priced into the stock here. At 100+ times earnings, the company is not profitable this year, and the street is expecting $2.50 in earnings next year. The stock is priced to perfection. They cannot have any hiccups along the way here in order to meet those numbers. If they do, there's no margin of safety. The stock's going down.
Well, there's no downside to something made in America.
But
we got to go, but there's no downside to something made in America being the focus of manufacturing tonight. 11 p.m. Eastern, Tesla rolls out the Model X with the gull wings, and we'll see what other features they have.
Get one, Liz. Get one, Liz. You'll love it.
Listen, if I had it, I'd buy it. Believe me. Ross Gerber, Gerber Kawasaki CEO, John Petrides, Point View Wealth Management Managing Director and Portfolio Manager.